Thank you very much, Dana. Uh, First of all, this is the last session, and I don't want to stand in your way towards lunch. I've been very patient, uh, and I will leave the takeaways, most of the takeaways, to the top expert in our network, Professor Adil bin Yusuf. But I would like to pick on a very important takeaway. And let me start by maybe for most of this audience in this conference or this seminar about macro development economists or macroeconomists in general. Uh, they will always think about the importance of macroeconomics, and you will hear them saying things like, the elephant in the room is macroeconomics. That economies that actually are very badly managed at the macroeconomic level, they are likely to experience disastrous economic crises. And those are are not very well managed at the micro level. They will experience inefficiencies, but not major economic collapse. And so that would be the thinking of somebody like myself. But now, actually, in the last 2 days, I learned a lot about the importance of management, science, and also the importance of technology acquisition, technology production, and so on. So this gives me idea, reflecting back a few weeks ago, I had an opportunity to meet Professor Ender Medjil, the Senior Vice President and the Chief Economist of the World Bank in Washington. And he's not only a very senior bureaucrat, but he is a major social thinker. He introduced back in 2009 the concept of the middle income trap. You know that many countries in our region are middle income countries, lower middle income, and some others even upper middle income. And even those countries like the GCC countries that are high income countries, they still display features of middle income countries in terms of technology and so on, and the structure of their economies. So this is a very fundamental concept. And in fact, we will be privileged to host Professor Andermet at the forthcoming annual conference of the Economic Research Forum this coming April in Cairo. And reflecting on that and also thinking about what I heard, I thought, and perhaps maybe this is for the consideration of Adil and our colleagues, is that maybe we can actually write a report collaboratively, as Professor Christian advises us, that will actually account for the phenomena of the middle income trap in terms of acquisition of technology, because they argue that there are 3 levels of technology acquisition that make it or break it for the ability of countries to move, to set themselves free from this trap and grow into high-income rich countries. The first one is the acquisition of investment, just basically attracting investment. And this is very critical for low-income countries. And then the second one is infusion of technology. That is, try to acquire technology developed by other nations in order to understand it and try to articulate it in the context of your economy. And then the third and important phase is innovation. And they had in the report, the WDR report, which is, by the way, is a WDR report for this year. The World Development Report is about the middle income trap. They showed some very interesting figure on Brazil. And the argument was that Brazil tried to jumpstart straight from the acquisition of investment straight to innovation. And at the macroeconomic level, they adopted somewhat restrictive, trade policies with heavy investment in technology and skills and so on. But they achieved major growth in productivity, but then they stalled. And their argument was that because they did not actually follow the cycle of going through infusion, so that you actually get access to the most advanced technology and then you build upon it. Listening actually to, for example, Dr. Raymond, for example, about the comparisons between Germany. You said the comparison between Germany and Thailand, I guess, in terms of acquisition of planning for technological planning. I think a very interesting report that we could consider, which could also underpin a meaningful partnership across development, macroeconomics, technology, and management science, is actually to examine this phenomena at these three levels, or at least at the level of the macro, and at the level of the development of technology, which experiences actually went through the three phases, which experiences went through or did not go forward at all levels, at level of the micro technological structures and so on, at the level of the macro. And I think that would be, in my opinion, as a proposal, a very interesting concept, and perhaps you could articulate that. And I will leave that for Professor Adil, our lead expert in the Economic Research Forum community, and our colleagues here, and we can move this forward. So let me conclude this short speech by thanking really the School of Muhammad bin Rashid and our colleagues, and extend my deep thanks and appreciation to His Excellency, Dr. Ali bin Siba al-Marri. And I had a very good conversation with him about how we can move forward in terms of collaboration, especially on the research side. So we hope that this will be just the beginning for us, and we can actually have a sub-community starting from those who participated here in this seminar. And I would like to thank again the Professor Adil, the presenters, the discussants, and the participants, and look forward to see you again in the next activity, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Brahim. I'm not going to be very long because it's a long 2 days, and you want that we, okay, to be very short. I will try to summarize in 10 points the content. And again, I think that we had a very, very rich discussion, and we have bring it together different angles, different people seeing the story from different angle. UN agency, researcher, firms, experts, inside. So I think that really we have the whole picture nowadays. First, we agreed here that technology is real, and technology, there is a huge potential with these technologies. We need not to have in mind one technology, but there are a lot of technologies. And like Emmanuel has said, she has said recently, we need, for example, GIS, Geographical Information System, based on satellite technology, etc., is changing the world. And there are a lot of technology. Not so when we refer to this technology, nowadays the debate is conducing us to AI, but not seeing the entire picture. So these technologies are changing every part of our societies, how the society are interacting, people are interacting within the society, changing the economy, and changing the way that we are doing our business, changing the way how we are interacting, change the way how we are uh, acting as human. And in some cases, we are saying that we are moving to humanity 2.0. That means really the environment of the humanity is changing. And this is where there is a break. This is where is a disruption, because now the ecosystem is changing the way that we are considering ourselves as human. And mainly innovation is becoming central. That means it's not only about innovation is everywhere, and innovation is led by these technologies. And this is, we need to be innovative. We need to be more critical. We need to be more innovative. We need to think our future. We need to have a vision. And this is where this technology needs strong governance. And we agreed on this. That means that we cannot deal about digital transformation, Industry 4.0, without having a vision, without having strategies, without having a plan. And even the plans and the strategy need to be revised, updated, because some of the plans, as you have said, Fadi, they are old, not adapted to the new technology and not adapted to what's happening now. And these frameworks are key. And this region can be one of the leading regions because already in all the visions, 2030, 2035, 2031, if you look at the visions, these technology are referred to be a game changer. And this is very important because we had already a plan. Perhaps we need to update it regularly based on the evolution of the technologies. The third thing that I would like to summarize, it's to catch. We have a lot of perception, hallucination about the technology rather than facts. And we are lacking studies, in-depth studies about what is happening. And this is really where there is gaps. And as a researcher, we need to address these gaps. Because if you look at the statistics, in every country, the statistics about digitalization are very poor. Poorly designed, they are just having laptop, not having laptop, having thing. It's not this. We cannot capture. So we need a deep understanding of the situation based on fact and data. And here, when it comes to generate new data. So I would like to thank again Raymond to be with us in order to show how we are trying to capture what is happening on the ground. And if Industry 4.0 needs 4 on the mark, most of the world, as Raymond showed us, we are between 1 and 2. That means that this 4 is far. We are not at this level. And that means that we need the metrics. Even if we can criticize the metrics and the way that we are doing these metrics. And I know inside you have a kind of scientific council. And this scientific, I know very well, for example, David Romero, who is one of the leading experts on this field, is in the council in order to design these metrics. And the metrics and the measurement issue is fundamental. We have seen that if the measurements vary, you need to see the angle. For example, Professor Wim Naudet yesterday, using some measurement as saying that there is no industrial revolution and no way to speak about And he has really described a scary scenario. And but using some metrics that we know, productivity, GDP growth, things that we know in economics. And here, the gap about the productivity is still. And we have a problem in addressing this because till now we are not seeing the AI divide or the technological divide, we are not seeing it. And especially in the region. However, the adoption is real. I like it very much. What Lanwer has explained us about the adoption of this technology in the energy sector. If you look at the energy sector, it's all about technology. Smart grids, smart meters, smartness is everywhere nowadays. But does it mean that we consume less energy? Does it mean we have all this? It's smart everywhere. But at the end, it's not smart in the trajectory. And we need really this guidance. With all this happening, we have a big challenge of the skills. And the skills change. That means that we need to look really very carefully in what is happening now. Simone has explained the polarization and the fact that the middle is now we are pushing people to the two up and down. And this was very well described before. I think one of the reasons for the Nobel Prize for Asimoglu is he has worked on this hypothesis, the skill-based technological change since the beginning. That means that this revolution is not benefiting for everyone. And we need to have a plan in order that it benefit for everyone. And it's a skill-based. It's benefiting to some of the most skilled and not benefiting for the others. And we need a clear reflection about the impact of these technologies on the, how can I say, inequalities. It may create inequalities. It may deepen the existing inequalities. So the impact on jobs and salaries are very important to observe at the skill level, and we are lacking measurement also for this. However, this technology is making a rise on new values, especially entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is becoming one of the new values on the rise. And that means that it offers a new possibility for people to take the lead and to make their own business. It's lowering the cost of making business. It's through mainly digital entrepreneurship, but not only. And this is very important. And for this, we need to make the right regulation. And we have seen this in Europe. For example, more and more people are not wanting to be in one company and to receive one salary. They want to be free with their own company working for several companies. And this needs strong regulation. You need to think about the regulation in order to avoid the problems of the Uberization of the economy, and some of the people are working, but the poor workers of these platforms. And another one insight, good insight from this seminar is we need this technology to be human-centric. That means that we need to be, people needs to be in the middle. We need to build all the strategy around the people. We need to benefit people with this technology and not to have the paradigm of technology and then we will see what will happen with the people. We need to understand and to put, and the UNIDO framework refers to this. And this is fantastic. We need to have the people and to understand what the technology can help the people to have better life in smart cities, better jobs, to free their time, to improve their quality of life. And this is needs really to be, this is a kind of directing the technological revolution, not letting the technological revolution do whatever and we observe the consequence. We have a responsibility to direct it. And this is through different initiatives. We have the initiatives AI for Good with the UN agencies, but we need also in the GCC to have some initiative in order to put the human at the center. Economy, industry needs to be diversified here in GCC. And we have the opportunity through this technology. However, till now, this diversification, even if we have seen a very good report about the diversification, we need to see more evidence about this, how it's work. And I think the diversification and structural change of this economy through the technology is possible, but for the moment it's not working. For the moment we have not this diversification, and we need to think how and in which niches there are possibilities. Of course, tourism sector, hospitality sector, cultural heritage can be captured through this technology, and we can sell it as a really services for the rest of the world. But we need to put in place the ecosystems. And this approach in matter of ecosystem has been said by all the people here in all the interventions. So we need to think about what are the ecosystems that are working well and not working well in the region, and why they have these outcomes and not the other outcome. And to have at the center kind of observatory of this ecosystem in order to catch the dynamic and to catch, and then scaling up. And this needs to be also done. So I think if we do not be very long, but at least for the moment I have 14 minutes. And this is the last, Dr. Ibrahim, the ERF, I would like to thank the ERF, all the team for the hard work. Yasmin, Shireen, yeah, of course, Faiza, Fatma, all the team for the hard work. But I think that this work needs to be in certain kind of dynamic and needs to be regular, because we are, yes, of course, Dr. Ibrahim, yeah, but I'm saying that we need really to make this observation regularly, because the technology is evolving very fast, and we cannot make one shot, and we cannot see after 5 years what will happen, because from year to year. So a regular conference on this. And already, Dr. Ibrahim, we have some other institutions in the region interested about hosting this kind of initiatives for the next years. That means that really we need an observation, regular observation, and as a leading institution, as a leading think tank in the region, we need to follow up with the frameworks, the strategies, and the data, the quality of the data, and to make a quality of research on these topics, and not letting others making the research about our region. So this is key for us. So thank you again for accepting the invitation to be with us and to share this. And hopefully this is a starting point and not an end of a seminar. Thank you very much.